January 15th here in Southern Ontario. Before I get into some serious content today, I want to share a story with you. I think it was Thursday morning. Before I went to work, I had my pot of tea. I was watching an encounter between a grizzly bear and a cougar, and the narrative was that the grizzly bear wanted to make a snack of the cougar's kittens, and the cougar wasn't having any part of it. A lot of snapping and snarling, showing a teeth and fang and all, claw and fang, all that. And they had a couple of goes. The bear tried to power his way through, and the cat's having a good go at the bear's head. As the narrative goes, the bear decides to split. Maybe he's decided some salmon sushi was better for lunch than going through the cougar. Too big a price to pay. No medical coverage in the jungle. So then I'm going to work, and it's 5:30 in the morning. There's hardly any vehicle or traffic on the street, and no people really. And coming up behind me in a meth-fueled rage, I see a big tall fellow. He's cursing and snorting and rah, 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 rah. Oh, great. Do I cross the street? Hope to avoid him. Well, I don't want to look like I'm fleeing. If I cross this larger intersection in front of me, I'll just pick up my pace a little bit, not obviously so. I'll get across the intersection. I'm up against the building, should confrontation come to it. Prudence being the better part of valor. So I pick up my pace a little, and I'm just shrugging my knapsack with all my work and extra clothes gear and stuff. I'm outside all day. And out of the doorway that I was thinking I might retreat into looms a diminutive little figure. And I just had time to quickly just shed her hood up with the fur all around. She was a little East Indian gal. Her eyes are all wide. I mean, she can hear this guy, right? The timing was such, I just shrugged out of my knapsack, handed it to the girl, and turned to face the guy, who indeed had detoured towards us. So you don't engage, right? I'm staring at a space above his head. He stands there for a minute, muttering and chewing on his jaw with the meth thing going on there. And a moment passes, and then I look at him, look him in the eye. So he walks past around me. I turn doing a 270 as, he goes around, and he muttered something about, I'm going somewhere I didn't catch what he said, and get a smoke. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's good. So I watch him as he crosses the street and goes up the street, like, remember Freewheel and Franklin from the Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers? Off he goes in his meth-fueled rage and pace. He goes up the street. I look around, there's nobody else around, and I see the bus is coming. This is the girl who stepped out to wait for the bus. So I looked at her for the first time. She's clinging onto my bag, These big brown eyes looming out of the hood. And I said, oh, your bus is coming there now. He's on his way. There's nobody else around. Off I go. She's like, you didn't come for the bus? I was like, no, I just stopped with you for a moment. And she, big wide eyes, she says, oh, thank you. I said, it's okay, kitten. And I had to laugh, right? She kind of looks at me like she's not going to know what the bear and the cougar and the cubs are all about, right? But it was the most genuine thank you I've had in quite some time. Poor dear, I hope she went home and told everybody. Anyways, I thought I'd share this story with you. Back to the real content in the channel, all the ugliness going on in the world.